Hello and welcome back to Los Angeles Sex Therapy Team Video Interview Series, founded by Moushumi Ghose, AMFT. In this series, we introduce you to our therapists and coaches at last so you can get to know them on a more personal level by seeing them, hearing their voices, and learning more about their unique approaches to their work. I'm your host, Jamie Azar, sex, relationship, and intimacy coach at last and founder of Erotic Expressions. And today we're joined by Sterling Walker, who will be sharing insights into his philosophy and the way he supports clients. Welcome, Sterling, and thank you so much for being with us here today.
Hey, thank you, Jamie, for having me. I'm delighted to be here, very excited, and glad to have this opportunity to talk with you.
And we're excited to learn more about your work. So we're just dying to know what inspired you to become a sex therapist.
Well, that's quite a broad question, and I could go on probably for a while on this one. But what I would say is mostly is that being a sex therapist is it brings a lot of joy, fulfillment to the work of psychotherapy. It allows me to really hone in, embrace, and be supportive of people in their journeys as it relates to relationships, as it relates to sex, as it relates to, more importantly, the relationship that they have with themselves. I think is really, really important work. And being in a position in life where I can provide that care and support means a lot to me. And so bringing that to my clients and bringing that to here at the community at last is really important, and I love it. So
I love that. Thanks for sharing. And I love the words, caring and affirming and the joy that you experience through the work you do with clients. What would you say, Sterling, is one of your unique approaches to working with your clients?
I think the most unique approach, and I don't know that it's unique nor that it should be, but I think important approach is relationship building. I think over the years, throughout my life, I've always been one of a people person, meaning I get along quite well. I was always a captain and leader on sports teams. I was always a person that was very comfortable with people from every walk of life. And so I think relationally, I'm quite strong in that I have the capacity and the ability to meet people where they are. Like, I'm really comfortable interacting with people. And so I think that that's one thing. I think the other thing is that I lean more toward the humanistic approach. Like, I come from a stance of like, I'm human, you're human. Like, in some form or fashion, like, I kind of understand, only because, we're living life on life's terms. And so we're having very similar experiences that are mirrored in our interaction. So I think that that's a unique approach in itself. It's just being able to hold space for people based off of lived experience.
Yeah, I'm curious for you, what's one misconception about sex therapy that you'd like to clear up?
I think one of the misconceptions is that people, when they come and to see a sex therapist, they often come, or therapists in general, it's because there's something that's wrong. There's a problem, and there's hurting, there's pain or suffering that is happening in someone's life. But I think that the misconception is that, like, when people come, they come with this idea that something is wrong with them, right? Their desires, their interests, the way that they view themselves, something is wrong. And I think as a sex therapist, that misconception is what's needed to be cleared up. Like, nothing is often wrong, but it's something that needs to be processed and understood. And there needs to be some strategy or some support or guidance of how we can bring that person back to center and to ownership that allows them to really embrace their sexuality and move from this position of something being wrong around shame and guilt to being reclaimed. And so I want to to correct that misconception of there's something wrong or broken with me versus there's an opportunity for me to explore and better understand myself.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I think that's a helpful reframe and really affirming for folks who come to work with you. What's something you absolutely love about the work that you do?
I think the most liberating thing about what we do and what we do at Lash and what I do is help support people in their effort, their plight to experience freedom, to move more toward a more authentic and loving, self-loving place. That's the most rewarding thing. Seeing people kind of peel back the onion, get really comfortable in their skin, but more importantly, getting comfortable having conversations about things that they don't often get the opportunity to do. That is it. Just being able to hold space for those intimate and vulnerable conversations to help support a person move toward healing. I think it's a wonderful gift to be able to show up for people in that way.
Mhm. How would you describe when you say holding space? Like what does that mean to you or look like for you in session with folks?
I recognize that that's a term that is often just kind of used and needs clarification on. I think holding space is whatever there is that needs to be talked about, I'm with you, right? I think when you come to see a therapist or when you're in any kind of relationship that is going to help move toward health and healing, I think the client in front of you needs to know that, like, we can talk about anything and you're okay, no matter what it is. And I think that that's the biggest gift that we can offer here at Last, or that I can offer a client, is the space where you can be 100% yourself during our time together. Like, talk about it so that we can actually have an opportunity to move toward healing and understanding, so that that freedom now seems accessible.
Yeah, I love that. What do you feel is the way that clients report experiencing your sessions, or how do they generally report feeling after a session with you?
In my experience, most of my clients at the end, they feel um, more relaxed, um, clear-headed, more understood. Um, Oftentimes they feel like they have an idea of what to do next, because a lot of my work is action oriented. I like solutions focused therapy. I like providing my clients with an opportunity to take something with them that they can try, between sessions, so that they can feel like, oh, I'm moving in the direction that I want to go. Um, and I also, I typically start my sessions with some type of mindfulness practice or self-soothing technique, so that they leave feeling a little bit more relaxed. I think, therapy, that hour that they're investing in themselves, my hope is if the client wants to join me or work together, they have the opportunity to have a moment of peace or clarity by the end of the session. So that's typically what I've heard reported, the experience to be of the client.
I love that. Thanks for sharing. Or do you feel like there are specific people who tend to find you? You have certain specialties that you'd like to touch upon?
Yeah. So the typical clients that I work with are folks exploring who are exploring non-monogamy, opening up, people that are in the different spaces like leather and kink communities, couples, queer couples, even, individuals that have had some challenges with anxieties, sexual anxieties, whether it be erectile dysfunction or complications with, sex in their relationship. Those are some of the common clients that come my way, looking to really better understand how to move through some of those anxieties, and also to develop some tools that would help them feel more comfortable, or more at peace with engaging with sex and having more fulfilling and pleasurable experiences.
I love that. Thanks for sharing. To wrap us up here today, I'm curious, what's one hobby, passion, or fun fact that shapes who you are?
I would like to consider myself as being a person of the world, right? Like I like to try many things. I have done everything from playing, collegiate sports, from being, college football player to being, a snowboarder on the weekends. Like I like to have fun, but more importantly, I love my greatest hobby and thing that brings me joy is bringing people together. I think that community is everything to me. So I'm a member of many communities that foster, love, connection. I really, really appreciate and welcome personal growth opportunities. And so, but like I'm a person of the world, so I am a people person, and I think that's really important for my clients to know, or the community, because I think more than anything else, Jamie, people want to feel connected. And that is something I spend a lot of my time doing. It's building connection, building community. And so I want to be able to build that and support my clients in those same efforts.
It's something that definitely the world needs more of, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
I appreciate
Absolutely.
the work that you do and
Yeah.
appreciate everything you shared. Is there anything else you'd like to say to viewers or listeners today, or folks who may be considering working with you?
Well, what I want to say is that, if you come across this recording or this interview session, and you're curious, just know that like you come to a community of professionals who genuinely love doing what we do here, to provide an opportunity that we can help and support and moving toward freedom, sexual freedom. Know that you have landed in a place where people care, and so if there's anything, just know that we look forward to working with you and seeing you and supporting you on your journey. And yeah, that's it.
Absolutely. I know it's a pleasure to be a part of the community. It was so nice hearing more about you and your work today. Thank you so much for being here with us today, Sterling. We appreciated just everything you had to share about your work.
Thank you so much for having me and taking this time. It's been really nice. I love what we do here, and I look forward to to hearing the feedback.
Absolutely. We look forward to connecting you with folks. Thank you everyone for being here. We will be linking Sterling's informational page from the Los Angeles Sex Therapy website in the comments below, so to be sure to check that out. Thank you so much again, Sterling, for being here, and we'll see you next time on the last video interview series. Thanks again.
Right. See you next time. Bye-bye.